If you've ever had someone tell you, oh, just get over it, if you're having some type of issue, well, maybe you need to learn how to get over it. That's why I'm talking with Heather Merrill with Raleigh Hypnosis. It can be annoying when somebody tells you that. And you actually experienced that yourself before you became a hypnotist.
Oh, absolutely. I worked in preschools, and I managed bars, and I worked in libraries, and a lot of times I was just placating, doing whatever, and I felt like people needed to be nicer to me, and I wasn't handling conflict well. And so people would tell me to thicken up my skin or toughen up or get over it or let it go or blow it off. And I remember actually screaming and going, if I knew how, I would. Quit telling me that. Just how am I supposed to change? And I went to counselors and found out talk therapy wasn't giving me tools. It was letting me blurt out what my complaint was, but it didn't give me tools to change it. So neurolinguistics is actually modeling the steps or the components of a thought to get the same result that somebody else gets. So when you meet somebody that just gets over it, think like they think. Well, what do you feel first? What do you see first in your head? What do you hear in your head? What do you say to yourself? So that's what neurolinguistics is. And so when I became a hypnotist and a neurolinguistic practitioner, I learned there are steps, and you can get over it, and you can let it go.
One of my problems is procrastination. I like to do what I like to do, and the things that I don't want to do, I push them to the back burner, and it can often be a problem in my life. So you're telling me you can help me figure out how to not do that?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's not just a habit. Procrastination is protecting you from something. Your subconscious doesn't do anything that doesn't benefit you. So smokers are anchoring confidence to the cigarette from when they were a teenager, and so every time they smoke, they're getting a little burst of confidence or fitting in or being in control or feeling like an adult when things are falling apart. Or maybe they're breathing in relaxation because they had the thought anchored to the cigarette. And then people who are overweight will comfort themselves with food. And what they're doing when they're eating the food is remembering a time when they felt safe or comfortable. So we learn how to do that. Or they're making themselves unattractive to protect themselves from somebody else. So it's a belief. And a procrastinator just doesn't want to make a mistake. They don't want to get anything wrong, and they don't want to have somebody's finger put on how they did something wrong. So by just putting it off, they never have to be judged for it. So they tend to be overachievers in the things they do like, but then they tend to avoid the things they don't like.
Boy, you've read me up and down. So you can help us get over things like that by changing the way we think. But for me, for example, learning that it's okay to fail sometimes.
It's okay to make a mistake. That's how we learn. If you don't fall off the bicycle, you don't learn how to catch yourself and steady yourself again. So there aren't training wheels for life. We have to fall down and scrape our knee to figure out how to get back up again. If
you've got some things you need to get over or some tasks you need to buckle down on like I do, perhaps hypnosis is for you. To find out more, just check out Heather Merrill at Raleigh Hypnosis, the website, RaleighHypnosis.com.